Luisa.
Nice to see you again, Sylvia.
Nice to see you. Last time we saw each other, it was on Saturday after Women Manifesto. Sweetheart, tell me, how do you feel? Of course, we're going to discuss all the feelings that were accompanying us at that day. But tell me now how you feel a week after. Yes.
I feel empowered. I feel confident and empowered, and that I am going to make positive steps towards changes that I need to make. I think the workshop for me was really important because it identified some subconscious beliefs that I didn't realise that I had. So now I've had, a week later, I've had time to reflect on those beliefs, and I am working towards making positive changes going forward.
Wonderful. Luisa, for those who didn't hear about the program, who didn't know about what we were covering during Women Manifesto, could you please tell me, was it about limiting beliefs? Is it important to look at it? Is it important to identify that in us?
Extremely important, extremely important, because, like I say, I honestly did not believe that I had these limiting self-beliefs. So even just to identify those was a major thing for me. You know, I stayed in a career that I didn't want to be in for 10 years because I had the subconscious belief that work was hard and it wasn't something that I was supposed to enjoy. It was just something that I did to earn money. So for me personally, extremely important.
Wonderful. Did you, of course, we identified the beliefs at the session. Would you say it is it easy to change these beliefs from the perspective of this 1 week?
I wouldn't say it's particularly easy. Like the example I just gave, I stayed in a career for a long time that I didn't particularly enjoy. It's much easier to, now that I have identified those beliefs that are limiting me from being in a career that I want to be in. It's easy for me to make small steps in the right direction.
Wonderful. During the workshop, we covered 4 areas of life. We looked at each area separately, which we're gonna go through in a minute. But what the common denominator you found in this? Like if you had to sum up using one key word, what would that be after the workshop?
The common denominator for me was self-love and how that translates into every aspect of our lives. So the way for example, the way we speak to ourselves and our mental well-being, the confidence and the, you know, relating to career and finance and relationships. So yeah, for me, what I took away, or what I understood, was self-love is extremely important in every aspect of our lives.
Wonderful. Going back to the actual day, which part, as we said, we were talking about career, personal growth, right? We had the session about nutrition, also about relationships done through and sexuality, done through the dance session, and we also had mindfulness. Which session would you say was most new, most beneficial, or where you found out the things that you didn't hear before?
I think I learned something new from each workshop, to be honest. But the key elements, the key things that I learned and I again, this is just a personal point of view that I took away, was for me the most important thing was identifying that I have those subconscious beliefs that are limiting me from leading the life that I want to lead. I also enjoyed I enjoyed all workshops, but I enjoyed the nutrition workshop because that was something completely new to me. I assumed it would cover diet, but it was more about, again, like the relationship we have with ourselves and with food, and how it's so important to speak to ourselves. So it wasn't all about the diet, it was about how we enjoy food, the relationship we have with food. So that was really interesting for me. I loved the dance workshop.
For some reason I knew which one.
Yeva has incredible energy, and that was really interesting. And the thing that I took away from your workshop, which I loved as well, was the epigenetics. Is that what it's called? Yeah. So I told you, didn't I? I researched this immediately afterwards because I was really interested by it. The fact that we can change our genetic output by the way we speak to ourselves and the thoughts that we have. So our thoughts can change our DNA, genetic output,
yes.
Which is fascinating.
It is, right? When you think about it, I was once asked a question, Sophia, what this knowledge gives you? Because I love to deepen knowledge in different areas. And as in our workshop, it has common denominator that we are in power to change the existing state, even our genetics, as we just said. Why? Because we're energy. So we need to change the vibration if we want to have different results, if we want to change something in us. We just need to change our vibration. So again, now looking back at the workshop, at all the parts, and at our day-to-day activities. How can the workshop benefit you now in day-to-day activities?
Day-to-day activities.
Did you maybe have some moments, these aha moments, when you said, okay, actually, all this time I was, because I can give you my example. After Rowena's part, because I was a participant as well, so going through the whole process with you, as you know. And for me, very beneficial was what I heard about during the session with Rowena, about managing your time, actually your effectiveness, by sometimes saying no, which was my challenge.
Oh, I told you, didn't I? I did this on the day. I actually put it into practice on the day. No, I agree.
Very often we are sort of obliged to, we feel obliged to do something for others on the cost of our objectives, of our goals. So this is certainly a thing that I also use this knowledge straight away. Is there anything else? So during daily activities, we can manage the time better. We can refuse the things that are not serving us, right?
Yeah, that's true.
This
It's
is
important.
What else? Like, were there any other aha moments during, apart from all those that you said, right, about the career and this beliefs? Were there any other moments when you said, "Wow, I didn't look at it this way"?
For the nutrition.
Yes.
Yeah, the nutrition. Luckily, I don't have any issues with foods. Well, not that I'm aware of. But I have since the workshop. Like I had pizza the other night. And I enjoyed every single bite of that pizza, and I ate it with love, as Bianca told us to, because and I just think it's fascinating that the way we appreciate and eat the foods, there's a correlation in how it's stored in our body, basically. So yeah, I've been practicing the nutrition advice. What else? Yeah, Roanna's advice as well, because I am a professional procrastinator.
Put it beautifully.
So I've been planning my week. Well, she gave us a challenge to complete three things in 1 week, even if that's something small like reading the book. So I have taken that into consideration, and I'm reading a book that I've had for maybe 6 months, and I've really wanted to read, but I haven't given myself the time. And I've done some research into coaching, which is the career path that I would like to follow. I haven't yet decided what the third challenge is, but I still have until Sunday.
That's beautiful. Exactly. All that we hear are suggestions, are somebody's ways, somebody's. Before in the conversation, you said, I think before we started the interview, you said about the subjectiveness of your point of view. Everything is subjective, really. Every opinion is already filtered through our experience, through our expertise. That's why whatever we hear, this is my approach to that. It's all, we have different things given that we can pick from, see what resonates with us. And again, why Woman Manifesto? Because it gives you, it shows you your life, right? And you can now decide, see what the limitations you have, and gradually change them, but your way, right? And this is most important in this self-love, as we spoke, that was common denominator for all the parts. And yes, it is. It's a very, it's an expression that we often hear, right? Love yourself, all this self-love is very important.
Which is easier said than done.
Yes. Yeah. So let's talk about that. And that actually, you have a beautiful necklace saying this word love. I know that there is a story behind it. So, Louisa, how do you understand self-love? What is it for you?
Just the relationship I have with myself, and the way I speak to myself. Basically, I think it's fact, scientific fact, that everybody has a negative voice as well as a positive voice which is our ego, which is telling us to, as means of protection, but it's telling us that we can't do something, and we may fail, or we should be scared of something. I understand that that's a form of protection, that's our brain protecting us. But it also needs to be balanced out with positive affirmations. So I practice positive affirmations all the time. Oh, and meditation. Like seriously, your sessions, your yoga sessions and meditation are paramount in my well-being. And yeah, I think a mix of positive affirmations, meditation, yoga, the way, the relationship I have with my food and friends and family, all of that for me encapsulates self-love.
Wonderful. What advice would you give to a person who says, "Oh, I'm jealous of"?
I hate.
I love your reaction. You can see everything. In the
I
face.
hate the word jealousy. Yeah.
How would you? What advice would you give to a woman, or a man, really? But stay in our circle. What advice would you give a woman who has this feeling?
Experiences jealousy.
Yes.
I hate the word jealousy. Jealous. I understand it's an emotion and it's a valid emotion that people feel. But it's a negative, toxic emotion. But I also understand that it comes from, I don't know, maybe low self-esteem or lack of confidence. So,
would you say that if a person, when jealousy appears, when we have our goal set by ourselves, or when we really don't know what our goal is?
yeah, when we don't know what our goal is. So I think jealousy probably occurs when we compare ourselves to others, which is detrimental. It's really bad to compare yourself to other people.
Exactly. This is a very point to touch. Because especially in these days when we're surrounded with beautiful bodies, with these perfect images of life, hashtag couple goals.
Perfection does not exist. It doesn't
Exactly.
exist.
Exactly. Very often, because we do not set our goals, we do not look at our wants and at what we don't really care about. That's when we let all these negative emotions come in, right?
Yeah.
And then instead of being inspired by people, we feel worse.
Yeah. And I've been there. I've experienced it, so I know how difficult it is. It's self-love is a journey. It's difficult, but with the help of positive affirmations, and I just surround myself with people who make me feel good. You know,
Siri, you knew what the next question will be.
So I just surround myself with people who give me energy rather than take my energy, and make me feel good. And I do things that I enjoy, and that makes me feel good, which in turn makes me love myself and my life. And it doesn't, if I'm doing the things that I enjoy and I love with the people who I enjoy and love, then I'm not comparing myself to others.
A wonderful thing that, going back to epigenetics and Dr. Lipton, what he is explaining, right, is that the same cell, we take same cell and we put it into different environments. And the discovery was that the cell becomes what the environment is. So let's say if you put it into the blood environment, it's going to become blood. If you put it into the environment of a bone, it's going to become a bone. And so on and so forth. So, as we just said, it is very important who we surround ourselves with, right? It's because we're we're women full of empathy and loving people. It's natural to give the good energy, to share our positivity with everybody else. But also, what we need to be conscious of is what advice and what people we're surrounded with, right? So, the same like these little cells, we're going to absorb the surrounding, the values of the surrounding, all the package that comes with it, right? The environment. What advice would you give to women who can hear from their surrounding. So maybe that can be partner, maybe these are friends, maybe that's a work environment. When to run away, maybe it's too direct and too strong, but when to rethink what environment we're in, what the alert is when we hear what things.
Well, my experience was I worked in a really toxic, negative working environment for a long time, and I probably stayed a lot longer than I should have done because for financial reasons, and then I just reached a point where it was consuming me. It was consuming me, and it was almost changing my personality. Because I would arrive at work and I would feel good and positive and happy because that's, not every day, but my natural state is to generally be happy. And then by the end of each day, it would completely drain my energy because I was surrounded by people who were complaining, for valid reasons, but about people who were constantly complaining and talking negatively about the role. And I just reached a point where I thought, okay, so I need to change this. I need to change the environment. I need to take myself out of this environment. So I'm not sure of the exact, thing that flicked the switch, but I identified that it was affecting how I felt daily. And I reached a point where I didn't want to feel like that anymore. So the logical thing to do was take myself out of the environment, even though, financially I had fear because I didn't know if I would be able to pay my rent, etc. And then I found another job quickly, and a job that I enjoyed in a really nice environment, and I was a little bit upset with myself that I stayed for so long in the other job. So my advice would be, as soon as you identify that, I know it's difficult, trust me, I know exactly how difficult it is, but and sometimes when something is overwhelming, you just have to break it down into smaller steps. So you don't necessarily need to hand your notice in that day, but even identifying that this is how it makes you feel, and maybe look into meditation or take up, for me, it's meditation and yoga, that's what helps me. But maybe even just starting to do things that make you feel good to counteract the negative environment that you're in.
So no rapid decisions.
No, so I think, again, personally, if a situation is overwhelming, it's really, really, and we could sit here all day long and tell somebody, leave that relationship or leave that job, and it's not that easy. It's not. So I think small positive steps in the right direction, I don't know if it's a relationship that you're in, maybe take time for yourself. Just take time for yourself to read books that you enjoy, do activities that you enjoy, surround yourself with people who support you, and then little by little you will feel strength, and then eventually you'll be able to change something that appeared to originally be overwhelming.
Beautiful words you said. Recently I heard one of the well-known quotes by Simon Sinek that courage, to leaders' courage, is what doesn't come from inside, but from all the beautiful people
You surround yourself with.
Yes, that have faith in you, that have confidence in you. But again, would you say it happens like this, or would you say we invest in the relationships to gradually build?
I don't think anything happens like this, and I think this is the problem with society. I think people expect things, well, not everybody, but some people expect things to happen quickly and immediately, and that's not that's not how it works, well, in my experience. So yeah, for me personally, I invest in a relationship, any kind of relationship, whether it's family, friends, part with a partner. You need to invest. It's a two-way thing.
So if we had to wrap it up, I know we could talk about it forever. Going back to our main message of Women Manifesto, right? If we now want to spread it with the whole world, would you say that self-love is patience, it's being an observer who is gentle, who speaks nicely, who gives yourself right to making mistakes,
Yeah,
as
that's
correcting
important.
them?
Yeah, I just think self-love is allowing yourself to take risks and not punish yourself if those risks don't pay off. Forgive yourself because we're all human and perfection does not exist.
We have a right to be imperfect. Luisa, it was a huge pleasure. Thank you very much for sharing all these thoughts about the workshop.
No problem, my pleasure.
And I would like to thank you and all the women who were with us at that day for the courage you have. I hope now that you have discovered some of your limiting beliefs and you're going to be gently, with respect for yourself, working towards changing them. It will not always be easy, but it is simple. Do it step by step, be gentle with yourself, and effort. Please join Women Manifesto on Facebook and follow. Please join Women Manifesto on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. And we will be more than happy to see you at the next workshop. Luisa, muchas gracias.
Namaste.
Namaste.